It's this kind of frozen place with strange eruptions from the surface that kind of rise up into space but then go flat. The James Webb Space Telescope just sent back something no one expected. A massive unexplained structure lurking behind the moon. This isn't a processing glitch or a shadow trick. It's real data, captured in mid-infrared wavelengths, revealing a formation that defies every map and model of our celestial neighbor. NASA engineers first noticed it during routine calibration scans, then confirmed it with independent teams at ESA. Within seconds, the internet lit up. How could something this big remain hidden in plain sight? Webb's instruments recorded a region on the lunar far side, bathed in total darkness yet radiating an anomalous heat signature. The structure spans roughly 4 to 6 kilometers across, with straight edges and angular contours unlike any known crater or mountain range. Early size estimates come from Dr. Elena Martinez at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, who used parallax data from 2 separate observation runs. This formation doesn't match natural lunar geology. Its infrared reflectance profile suggests materials with higher thermal inertia, possibly metals or exotic minerals. Radar echoes from past Clementine and Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter missions hinted at mass anomalies here, but no one had the resolution to image them directly. Now Webb's unprecedented sensitivity has changed that. An anonymous source at the European Southern Observatory told us, "We checked and rechecked. It's not a processing artifact. There's a physical structure there." Scientists are scrambling to reconcile this with decades of lunar cartography. Could we have simply overlooked something so enormous? If this kind of mind-blowing science excites you, make sure to subscribe. We dive into discoveries like this every week. Why was Webb trained on the moon in the first place? Primarily for calibration, using the lunar surface as a stable infrared source, then slipping into deep space surveys through the Earth-Moon system. Webb's mid-infrared camera, MIRI, can detect heat signatures at resolutions down to 0.2 arcsec, revealing temperature contrast invisible to visible light telescopes. During Apollo, astronauts reported transient lunar phenomena, glowing spots and unexplained flashes, but those were dismissed as sensor noise or outgassing events. Now we realize those glitches might have been hints of this very structure. Chang'e 5's thermal camera briefly recorded a spike in this region last year, but data access was restricted. Webb's multi-angle imaging cut through shadows that have concealed this formation since the moon's near-side tidally locked orientation first stabilized billions of years ago. We've effectively been blind to this until now. But here's where things take a turn, because this isn't the first time something strange has been seen near the moon. Theory 1. Ancient alien megastructure. Could an extraterrestrial civilization have built a monument or base on the far side, hidden from Earth's prying eyes? The symmetry in the thermal outline suggests artificial construction, rectilinear walls, a possible central hub. Arthur C. Clarke speculated about lunar sentinels decades ago. Now we may have photographic evidence. Theory 2. Ultra-dense mineral deposit. Some geologists point to the possibility of a massive concentration of titanium-rich regolith or rare earth minerals. The moon's Procellarum Caryae terrain is already known for unusual element abundances. Perhaps a collapsed lava tube revealed a pocket of ultra-dense ore. But why would such deposits emit a strong mid-infrared signal rather than simply reflect sunlight? Both ideas strain credulity, but neither can yet be ruled out. If you think that's weird, wait until you hear what researchers found in archived Soviet data. Declassified footage from Luna 19 in 1974 shows a fleeting shadow anomaly in the same coordinates. Soviet engineers logged it as an instrument glitch. But recent analysis by Dr. Pavel Korv of the Russian Academy of Sciences reveals a thermal spike coinciding with Webb's data. Meanwhile, Japan's Selene mission recorded an unexplained radio reflection bouncing off the far side. Independent teams reprocessed that raw data last month and found echoes consistent with a hollow structure. Across 5 different missions spanning 50 years and 3 space agencies, a repeating geometric pattern emerges, a triangle of hot spots forming the corners of the larger formation. Could it be active, perhaps generating its own heat? Pause for a moment and consider what this means. The moon, our most familiar celestial companion, may harbor a secret older than human history. We pride ourselves on mapping every crater and ridge, yet this structure remained invisible until Webb's advanced sensors arrived. Philosophically, it challenges our assumption that nothing new lies in our cosmic backyard. What else have we missed? If you've made it this far, you're clearly into the deep stuff. Hit like and let us know your theory in the comments. Simulation, higher dimensions, or something else? As scientists scramble to interpret the Webb telescope's discovery, a second wave of speculation is emerging. stranger, less conventional, and deeply provocative. These theories push the boundaries of what we consider possible. And while they may not yet sit comfortably within the halls of mainstream science, they reflect just how radically our understanding of the moon and reality itself may need to shift. Theory 3. Hidden human technology. One theory gaining traction in the more conspiratorial corners of the scientific community is that this structure isn't alien at all, it's ours. Or rather, it was built by humans decades ago under the cloak of military secrecy. The Cold War era birthed countless shadow projects, from high-altitude spy planes to underground nuclear facilities. One such project, Project Horizon, was a U.S. Army proposal in the late 1950s for establishing a manned lunar base by the mid-1960s. While officially shelved, declassified documents reveal an astonishing level of detail: architectural schematics, supply chain logistics, even psychological profiles for long-term lunar habitation. Could the project, or something like it, have quietly gone ahead under black budgets? The moon's far side offers the perfect concealment. It never faces Earth, has no atmosphere to interfere with thermal signatures, and its low gravity simplifies heavy construction. In this theory, the structure Webb imaged could be the decaying remains of a Cold War-era outpost, perhaps now collapsed and partially buried beneath lunar regolith. Skeptics argue that no known technology in the 20th century could have delivered the materials or manpower needed to construct something of this scale. But proponents counter with claims of advanced propulsion tests, experimental nuclear drives, and recovered technologies from other classified projects. Could this be one of history's best-kept secrets, hiding in plain sight for over half a century? Theory 4. Dimensional overlap. Then comes an even more radical idea. One that doesn't involve governments or aliens but the very fabric of spacetime itself. According to some quantum physicists, including Nobel laureate Dr. Nadine Zhou, the moon could serve as a kind of natural lens for observing higher dimensional phenomena. Her research explores how high-energy cosmic rays, when striking certain materials at precise angles, might briefly reveal, or even pierce, dimensional boundaries, creating what she calls brain interfaces. In string theory, our universe may be a three-dimensional membrane, or brain, floating in a higher dimensional space. Occasionally, brains may brush against each other or overlap, allowing energy to leak across dimensions. These overlaps wouldn't look like wormholes or stargates. Instead, they might appear as thermal disturbances, geometric distortions, or strange resonant patterns. Webb's mid-infrared detection of a highly regular angular structure in a zone with no prior geological explanation could, in Zhou's view, be a byproduct of such a dimensional rift. If true, we may not be looking at a structure at all, but a projection or imprint from another dimension bleeding into ours, a kind of cosmic watermark cast onto the lunar surface by overlapping realities. Neither of these theories, secret human construction or dimensional bleed-through, are part of mainstream consensus. Yet they highlight an important truth. We still know shockingly little about the moon, and even less about the fundamental nature of reality. Could our lunar companion be more than a passive rock? Could it be a stage where hidden actors, whether human, alien, or interdimensional, have left their mark? And just when you think it couldn't get more bizarre, one final detail changes everything. Webb's raw mid-infrared frames didn't just reveal an odd heat signature, they unlocked a hidden code. Using state-of-the-art convolutional neural networks trained on over 10 million astronomical images, a team at the Space Telescope Science Institute ran an unsupervised pattern search across the lunar far-side data. Within minutes, the AI flagged a repeating motif etched into the structure's surface, a graceful spiral that matches the Fibonacci sequence, meticulously overlaid on a lattice of points spaced by successive prime numbers. But what exactly did the AI see, and why does it matter? At first glance, the pattern could be dismissed as pareidolia, our brains chasing shapes and noise. Yet the spiral's arms expand in precise phi ratios, and the grid points align to primes, 2, 3, 5, 71, with submeter accuracy. Multiple Webb passes, taken weeks apart under different lighting and thermal conditions, reproduce the same geometry within millimeter tolerances. This isn't a random quirk of regolith or lava flow. It's a deliberate inscription on a multi-kilometer canvas. Enter the cryptographers at MIT Center for Astrophysical Cryptology. Professor Amina Patel leads a cross-disciplinary team decoding potential extraterrestrial signals. Patel's group applies techniques from classical cipher analysis, frequency mapping, matrix algebra, and information entropy to these geometric patterns. We treat mathematics as a universal language, Patel explains. If you want to send a message to an unknown intelligence, You encode it in constants that any sufficiently advanced observer can recognize. Fibonacci and prime numbers are the Rosetta Stone of nature. Statistical modeling drives the point home. The probability that volcanic processes, impact fracturing or tectonic stresses could coincidentally produce both a perfect Fibonacci spiral and a prime number grid in the same region is roughly 1 in 10 superscript 2, comparable to winning the global lottery 17 times in a row. Could the moon's geological history really conspire to write a cosmic sonnet in its rock? Almost certainly not. If this structure truly encodes intent, then we are not mere observers of a mystery, we are the recipients of an interstellar communique. What is its purpose? A greeting across time? A warning beacon? A time capsule meant to survive eons? Early decrypt attempts suggest layered meaning, fractal motifs nested within larger patterns, hinting at self-similarity and recursion, concepts fundamental to computation and life itself. As Webb continues to gather data and Patel's team refines its algorithms, one question looms larger than any other. Who built this geometric marvel and why place it on the moon's hidden face? The answer may redefine our understanding of intelligence, communication, and our place in the cosmos, if we can decode it in time.